Hey y'all, it's Grace from Overwatch Supply. We went to Blade Show this weekend and interviewed people again. Had some fun questions this year, so let's get straight into it. All right, this is Samuel from Cancept Knives. Samuel, if you were a knife, what knife would you be and why?
So overall, I don't really know, but for Cancept, I might be this little guy right here. This is the Apollo. And the reason I would be this knife is it's kind of utilitarian, can do a little bit of everything. It's really plain with a little bit of flair, and it's got some funky lines to it.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Ramon from Chavez Knives. Ramon, what knife do you wish you had designed?
I guess I wish I would have invented or designed the very first OTF. That would have been super cool.
That's a good one.
Even been around making knives at that time, but that would be one I wish I invented.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, this is Josh from Strider Knives. Josh, what is your favorite knife and what would you change about it?
Well, I'm very partial to our models, obviously. My favorite one probably is the S&G. As far as what I'd change about it, I don't know. I actually do the sales for the company. I didn't do the design. But from my standpoint, the only thing I would change about it is I wish we could make more.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
Thanks.
This is Nico from Artisan Cutlery.
Hey.
Nico, if cost wasn't a concern, what knife would you buy?
All right. Had to really think about this one, but I think if when push comes to shove, money no concern, I think I'd do a Sharp by Design Arch Nemesis, full Damascene blade, and some dark Damascus insert pocket clip. Man, I think it'd be nice, dressy, kind of scary knife with that dagger blade, especially with a really good Damascus, tight pattern. I talk a lot with my hands, but a really nice tight pattern Damascene I think would be gorgeous.
Yes, sir. All right, that's a great pick. Thank you. All right, this is Morgan from Cancept. Morgan, what new release are you most excited about?
Well, to be honest, the newest release that I'm excited about is the one that released this month. It is designed by Blackbird Blades. It is called the Raven. As you can see here, this one's in all black, which I really like. And it has these beautiful inlays on each side. And this happens to be in Flow Party Camel Carbon.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's just a great overall design. Fits the hand very well. And if you haven't had a Blackbird Blades, you're missing out because this is phenomenal. All right, the next one that I'm really stoked about, and I haven't seen the release date, is January of 2026. So we got a little bit of ways to wait for this one, but super stoked. Derek Sharon designed Lycan. And again, as well, with Derek Sharon, he puts a lot of thought into actual use of these knives. So everything on this is purpose-built, purpose-placed. Just beautiful designs. It's not overly big. This is like a workhorse gentleman's knife. And if you have anybody like your dads or grandpas that would want something just a little more upbeat, I think this is one of these knives that would be a great gift. Awesome. Good job, Derek. And then my most carried knife of Cancept for 2025 is the Warblades Apollo. And it just fits my hand extremely good. Now I have large size hands and it just melts. It also has crossbar lock, so the action is just absolutely outstanding, and it has a great pop when you open up the knife. I love that about it. And the beautiful carbon inlays just make it look awesome. So again, this is the Apollo by Warblades.
All right, thank you. This is Ben from Jackwolf Knives. Ben, what's the coolest thing you've seen at Blade Show?
Well, I really get excited at the fixed blades I see from some of the smaller guys that make their own stuff. And there's two guys in particular I wanted to point out. So there's Corey Dunlap. He's from Phoenix like me, and he makes some of the nicest chef's knives you'll ever see. Now, I'm not a chef, but if I spent more time in the kitchen, my kitchen would be full of his stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then for everyday carry or hunting blades, JD Custom Knives, his name's Jordan Dans. Got some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. He's got these neat knives and the scales look like different kinds of fish. So there's a mahi, and a rainbow trout. Very interesting. I actually had to buy one for myself.
Yes, sir. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
This is Kyle from We Knife. Kyle, what is the last knife you used and how did you use it?
Okay, this is the last knife right here. Obviously, we're at Blade Show. A lot of setup had to happen, right? I've been using this one right here to open up all of our Blade Show boxes. This is the Ryzen, a brand new design we just have barely coming out with Sam, also known as Raven the Pirate on Instagram, using an M390 blade, titanium handles, frame lock right here. Super sweet. Also that we have this is one of our first knives on washers. So anyway, this is the Wee Knife Ryzen.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
All right, this is Casey from Lynch Knives. Casey, what is your favorite knife and what would you change about it?
So my all-time favorite knife is the Spyderco PM2. That was my first expensive knife I ever bought, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That's the hard part. I wouldn't change anything about it.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, it's
All right.
awesome. That's the first knife for a lot of guys when they kind of get into the hobby, and gals too.
Yes,
Their
sir.
first really nice knife.
All right.
Yep, that's
well,
my
thank
favorite.
you. This is Philip from Tops Knives. Philip, we've got 3 questions for you. We've got what is the knife you last used and how did you use it? And you can go ahead and answer that one.
All right, so the last knife that I used was actually this one right here. And I used it to cut up some boxes.
All right.
And that's like the best thing that you can use a knife for.
All right, next question is what is your favorite knife and what would you change about it?
So my favorite knife is actually this one right here. So we got this, the Tops Poker. And you know what's funny is I actually don't really carry this one a lot, but I actually kind of wish I designed it because I just really think it looks cool and it's actually usable. So, I mean, you can use it for any kind of like small cuts that you might be needing to do during the day, but I'm kind of like a simple guy, EDC, kind of just, I'm not really into like the bushcraft or hunting or anything, but definitely great for EDC. And you can do this, you know, and look cool.
All right, and then last question is what's the coolest thing you've seen at Blade Show?
Blade Show? Oh man, I have a picture of it. It's really cool. It's over somewhere over there. Here, let me show a picture of it. So it's a pair of knuckles.
A few moments later.
I need to go get the real thing to show. I thought that was so cool. The Fisher-Price knuckles. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Grace. Blade Show 2025, Overwatch Supply.
Okay, this is Doug. Doug, if you were a knife, what knife would you be and why?
I would be a sharp knife. That's what I would be, because sharp knives are always sharp in the mind, sharp with life, sharp with thoughts and everything else. That's really what I would do.
Yes, sir.
But if I could be a knife, also a specific style, probably a bally song and a karambit, because I'm a fidget person, right? So
Yes,
the bally song is a butterfly knife. It can, dance like a butterfly, be all over the place, and be the flash of a karambit because of the retention. So those are the 2 kinds of knives I'd probably want to be.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, that concludes our interviews for Blade Show this year. Thank y'all so much for watching, and thank you so much to everyone who was a part of this interview as well.